So it's a cool February morning here in Nova Scotia, and we're here at Butcher Racing. I guess it's the easiest place to be on a cold February morning, eh?
Yeah, it's like minus 13 out. I was driving in. Everything kept freezing up in my truck, so it's nice to be in the warm weather.
So now that we've had a little bit of time from the off-season in September for the Maritime stuff, has it sunk in now that you're a two-time Maritime Pro Stock Tour champion?
Yeah, you know, the trophy's out in the lobby, so every time you walk in, you get to see it. So it's kind of brings back memories in the couple months ago. But you know, it's a pretty cool deal. The two-time Maritime Pro Stock Tour champion. You know, Sean Purple's 3 times, and hopefully, maybe one day we'll make it 3 times. But right now, we'll stay with a 2-time champion, and maybe we'll focus on Jarrett for 2019.
Well, before we look ahead, let's look back. What were your highlights in that 2018 season here in the Maritimes?
We were able to win twice at Oyster Bed, which is one of my favorite racetracks. The first one we kind of got lucky racing with Jonathan. We got the outside lane on the restart, so we took that one from him. But the second one, we had a really good car. We started last, and we were able to get to the front with 70 laps in, and we dominated that race. So we were able to put on a show for the fans and come with the W, and you know, along with a couple other races. You know, the Snowball Derby, qualified outside pole, finished 9th. Qualified outside pole for the fairgrounds. We didn't race because of the weather. We got a couple wins in Scotia. We didn't do so good in the Oxford 250 this year. We fought tires. We had a really good car, but Stagger just hurt us that weekend. So we'll rebound. We'll go back this year, and we'll be stronger.
I want to talk about Oyster Bed because it's not the facility or anything. It's the racetrack. The mainlanders either like it or they hate it. What is it about Oyster Bed Speedway that makes it so difficult?
It's just so tight and technical, and you got that wall in the front stretch that can hit you anytime. So if you're not within a 16th of the wall, you're not going fast enough. So that's out of a PI. It's racy. I mean, you can get side by side, single file. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's not a one groove racetrack. So it puts a good show on for the fans, and it's either you like it or you don't like it.
And those fans over there love their racing, don't they?
Yeah, they have probably the best fans, and they always fill the grandstands.
Okay, so let's talk about the 2019 season now. We saw the banquet speech. You know, you kind of hinted that you weren't going full time.
Thank you, and enjoy your evening. And on a side note, Dylan, you're going to have to compete with a slightly better looking guy than me, because I'm helping Jarrett next year.
That was November. It's now February. There's been some time in between. What's your plan for 2019?
Right now, I think we have 6 races on with the tour. We're focusing on the 54 car for the 2019 championships. Along with, we'll do a number of past races. My main focus is the IWK 250, the Oxford 250, Snowball Derby, and a couple other races. So 6 races with the tour, 4 or 5 races with Pass, and then hopefully 4 or 5 races with Wilson Motorsports, but that's to be decided.
Big win in Petty last year on that Pass tour. How big was that to finally crack that egg?
Pass is it's a tough series. You know, they got different tires, different shocks, different motors, so you got to put it all together. And we were able to regroup for that weekend. We took a brand new Jeff Taylor car there, so we got the win, and we locked ourselves into the Oxford 250. Thankfully.
So what do we see you doing down south? Are you going back to the fairgrounds to try to win that one?
Yeah, we go back April 13th and 14th for the rescheduled All-American 400. They're talking about shortening it up right now, so we don't know what's going to happen with that. But we'll be down there. Then we're thinking about doing Slinger, Berlin, maybe a race before the Derby, and so on.
So Jarrett Butcher obviously is not here right now, but he's doing other things to try to improve his season. What do you expect out of the kid? Because he's got some big shoes to fill. He's got a championship shoes to fill, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's at the grip seminar with Gary Crooks and all those guys. He's there with Adam, my girlfriend's brother. So hopefully they're gaining some knowledge. I think his head will be bigger than anybody else's by the time he gets back. So we'll see. I'm sure he'll want to rebuild everything and think he's better than everybody else for a little bit. So we'll wait and see. But he's learned a lot the last couple years. So hopefully we'll take the main focus off me and put it on him for the Maritime Pro Stock Tour and see what happens.
What's going to be more difficult, sitting inside your own race car or being on the headset for Jarrett?
I don't mind either. I mean, I helped him at Oxford last year, and it was fine. We did some spotting for him, and we did some crew chiefing for him. So it's just, I mean, as long as you're at the racetrack, I'm always happy. But I love driving, but you know, I've had my shine the last 6 years at the tour, so it's time to give a little bit to him.
You started as a Bandolero driver. Obviously, Darren's raced everything at Scotia Speed World. You start with Bandoleros. You move up from Bandoleros, win championships races, move up to Legends, do the same thing. What is left to win around here that you haven't won yet? What do you want to do before you call it a career?
I need to win the IWK 250, Oxford 250, Mike Stevens Memorial. You know, even the 200. What is it? The Cummins 200, I think they call it, or one of those races. The last race at Petty, where you used to get a clock. Or
The international.
Yeah, that one. I'd like to win that one. Other than that, I just need to win at Riverside. Even if it's the IWK 250 or a Riverside win right now, I'd take it.
And Riverside is one of those places. Kenny Wallace already said on the Speed 51 show this week that he's coming back to Riverside. Is there any message you can give to Kenny Wallace? Because you want that race. That's your race. What can you say to Kenny to try to take away that trophy?
I don't know. He was so smooth. Hopefully he's not as fast as he was last year, because he was fast at the end of the race, and I just let him go. So maybe I won't let him go this time.
So for those Bandolero and Legend Car drivers that might be watching this, that are just growing up racing Scotia Speed World or Petty Raceway and look up to you, what can you tell them as a piece of advice to try to work towards their goal to possibly race with you on the Maritime Pro Stock Tour at some point?
I'd have to say to them, just take your time. Time will come. You know, you can't do everything at once, and if you drive over people, nobody's going to like you. So I've done that. I've had people like me, dislike me, so we're probably in the even field right now. Yeah, I mean, the talent's there. You just got to take your time and do the work.
Now, Shelby Baker ran a Legend Car last year, 53,
Yeah.
red, same deal, won the Maritime League of Legends Tour Championship. That is obviously huge. You've done that before. We're going to see you back in a Legend Car at some point?
Maybe. I think I heard a little birdie told me the 51 car is going to be back on the Legend Car this year, so maybe if he gets the black flag again, I'll fill in for him. So, you know, I like Legend Car racing. Shelby's back this year, so we'll see. I mean, we got 5 race cars here, so it's a lot of work.
Well, you have to come out on a Friday night and co-host a race with you.
Yeah, maybe. I could do that.
Yeah, I mean, get out and enjoy.
Yeah, I didn't do that
Scotia
yet.
Speed World.
No, I just stopped in a couple.
Yeah, you
times.
stopped in a couple of times. So, for those Bandolero Legend Car, you've seen some of those on Friday night. Do you see any names, like obviously Braden Langell the last couple of years has lit it up. Do you see any names right now in Bandolero and Legends racing, maybe in sports and racing at Scotia or around the Maritimes, do you see as possibly the next big star, the next Braden Langell, the next Jared Butcher?
You know, you got Sam Rogers. He's killing it in Legend and Bandoleros right now. He did really well in Legend cars. He almost won the championship. So, you know, he's on our radar. You got, you know, Corey Hall. He's definitely the kid to beat in the Legend car. Him and Craig McDonald are really good. So, Shelby Baker, Emily actually did really good last year. So, you know, they'd love to get up to a pro stock with just funding. So, you know, there's a handful of people. You know, Matt Vaughn. He did really good in a sportsman car his first year, and last year he's lost the championship for a couple points. So, you know, those guys, but it's unfortunate. It's the funding that stops them from getting where we are, and you know, it's just what's killing our sport right now.
So, you've raced. Come here, Darren. No, Darren's going to stay out of here. You raced Darren in a Legend Car. Your father in a Legend Car before. Didn't you lap him the last time you raced with him?
Yeah, it was a 50 lapper for the INEX points or one of those deals that I ran it. He was in my way when I was lapping him, so I pushed him out.
Didn't you give him a wave as he went by, too?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so he was being nice, obviously, just letting you by. Is that the excuse?
He was being very nice to me.
Yeah. Well, we wish you all the best. The first race is going to be the All-American 400, I'm assuming?
Yes, sir.
And then we're going to see you 6 races here and here, there, and everywhere. You'll still be at the racetrack.
I'll be at the racetrack with my new dog.
Well, yeah, let's talk about that, because you got a new dog, you've got a new place. This is getting serious with Olivia, isn't it?
Yeah. It's getting pretty serious. We got a dog. She has me on schedule, a ring, wedding, and babies.
Well, you've already got half of that. You got the house, you got the dog. So what's the dog's name?
Bernice.
Well, there you go. So you got all that done. Is it going to be a racetrack dog? It's going to come to all the races?
Yeah, it comes here every day, and it'll be at the race shop, at racetrack every day.
Well, there you go. So everybody can see it at the racetrack in May, right?
Yeah.
Well, we wish you all the best, and go work on these race cars. You got a race car behind us that needs some work, right?
Yeah, I do. It's a 2017 Jeff Taylor car that my brother ran last year, so we're going to give it a go, see if we can make it work. And this one's for sale if anybody wants to buy it.
Well, there you go. Thanks, Cole.
Thank you.